Hi again, everybody. I took a little drive out to this park that I have actually been wanting to visit. It's about an hour and a half from where I live, and they have a little fairy village trail, and I've had it kind of saved in my browser tabs for a while now, so I figured today was a really pretty day and I was going to make a drive out and it's interesting what came up in regards to this, because in my mind, like, if I had someone to come with me, I would have not thought twice about driving an hour and a half and spending gas money and making a little road trip and doing this. But for some reason, the thought of like doing it just for myself seemed silly, like impractical. Not like I wouldn't say like I didn't deserve it, but something along those lines, I suppose. That time and experience and money would be better spent on a trip with or for somebody else. So interesting. So I decided to defy those issues coming up in my mind and drive out here anyway. So I'm here. You can't really see it, but I do have some cute pictures. There seem to be a lot of people ahead of me and kids on the trail, so I thought I'd take a little break and make this video. And this video may potentially start like a new path for my videos, or maybe a return to some things that I've touched on in the past, because a lot has definitely been changing for me lately, and I feel like I have a lot of new perspective on things, or maybe a return perspective on things that I've kind of drifted away from for a really long time. And sorry, felt like something was biting me. I have been guided by someone who did a reading for me recently, that was actually really, really helpful. Mostly in just confirming a lot of the information and pushing that I've been receiving but maybe didn't want to listen to, that I am really hard on myself. I'm really judgmental. I have a hard time letting go of control, and in doing different projects or things that I'm being guided to do, I have this sense of like needing to know exactly what it's going to look like before starting, and wanting it to be perfect, I guess. And that's really unrealistic and something that will prevent me from ever actually getting anything done. Or at least anything that holds a lot of meaning. So in this reading, pushed pretty strongly to start doing more videos, share my perspective on expanding connections, and specifically in this potentially first video of surrender, which I feel like is a word that everyone's always using. It's just one of those buzzwords. Surrender, surrender. And you always think that you're really doing it, or that you've surrendered. But there's part of me that feels like I really still haven't done it, but this is, I'm thinking, part of my process. Or maybe it's a choice that you have to continually make every day or every moment, like over and over again, to surrender. For me, it's like letting go of control, surrendering to the unknown, and just allowing spirit, source, the universe, whatever, to push us where we need to go. And I keep getting pushed in the direction of certain people. And I will say that the past, I don't know, few days have definitely been a battle between my ego and what I'm being guided to do. And I think that this is quite often where I end up, is this position of feeling like there's a connection there, and I feel I have a really good understanding of what the connection is, but the other person, in this case people, don't fully recognize that and definitely are not able to reciprocate the depth of the connection. And so the past 24 hours have really, for me, been spent trying to understand how to navigate this. What am I supposed to be doing? Which is a word that just keeps coming up for me again and again as I journal and I think about these things. Supposed to. And I think that that's a word that I need to take out of my vocabulary, because there's just so much, maybe guilt, like responsibility. I don't know the right word, but there's a lot of emotion wrapped up in that. Like there's a lot of pressure of feeling like, well, if I keep ending up at this position with these people, clearly I'm not learning what I'm supposed to be learning, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And how do I change it so that I get a desired outcome? And I think what I've come to realize is that I need to let all of that go. I need to surrender and come from a place of truly unconditional love, which is not expecting anything in return. And that's a challenge for the ego when I'm at this position where I've been really contemplating, like, do I act and speak out of this place of love that I feel for these people, knowing that A, they can't reciprocate that, and B, they can't fully receive that, and it might make them uncomfortable. And I think the answer I've come to is that it doesn't matter. It's not up to me how they receive it, and if it's truly unconditional love, they shouldn't need to reciprocate it. And so my ego doesn't want to hear that, but I think this is what's being asked or challenged of me right now, and probably a lot of people. as we move into this new space of connecting with people. There are going to be lots of people that are not on the same vibration as us, and we may feel a lot of love and connection towards because we feel more connected to everyone and everything, and they're not at that place, so they just can't receive it and reciprocate that. Yeah, so I think that's what's happening right now for me, is just figuring out how to be the vibration of love without needing anything from it, and allowing that vibration to just, the energy to speak for itself and connect with others in whatever way they're able to receive it. And it's much easier said than done, for sure. I would like to try to make these videos at least once a week. And I will try to go now more in depth to the awareness I've come into in regards to connections as we move into a place of expanding consciousness, because I see that looking totally different than what that has looked like in 3D, I guess. And honestly, most people might not resonate with what I have to say, or it may trigger some people, but I guess that's okay. All I can do is share my perspective and what feels right to me, and trust that I feel like I need to share this information because somebody needs to hear it. So this is where we're at today, visiting the fairies and all of this lush. Can you see well, back there's the trail and the forest. Reconnecting with beautiful art from the fairy kingdom and glorious artists in this area, and reconnecting with Mother Earth and the animals and the plants, and immersing myself in the vibration of nature so that I can carry that into my connections and remind my ego that she doesn't need to be receiving love from anywhere but right here. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I will see you soon.